He walked right up to my car, a 1997 Porsche Carrera, fully restored, and said, "You should give this to me. My mom owns this block." I laughed at first, but his mom, HOA President Karen Millington, she didn't laugh. She backed him up and actually filed a grievance saying I was taunting Herson with a vehicle he deserves. I didn't just fight back. I bought the one thing she thought she controlled, her own house. The entitled Block My Classic Porsche wasn't just a car me name's Adrian Wolf. I run a small automotive shop, restoring vintage and performance cars. After years of saving, I finally bought and restored a black on red 1997 Porsche and 911 Carrera S. It's my dream car. And more than that, it's a memorial to my late brother, who taught me everything about engines before he passed away in a motorcycle accident that I sat proudly in my driveway. Waxed, covered, treasured, until Kyle Millington, age 19, showed up with an attitude and a Bluetooth speaker blasting trap music. "You should just give it to me." It was a Saturday. I was wiping down the fenders when Kyle strolled up in his basketball shorts and gold chain. "That car's sick. I should take it to the lake this weekend. My mom runs this whole block." I laughed, thinking it was a dumb joke. "Sorry, buddy. It's not for sale." But he wasn't joking. "No, I mean just give it to me. You don't need it. And my mom says you don't even belong here with your garage trash." That's when I realized this wasn't a misunderstanding. It was entitlement in full throttle. His mom took it further. Karen Millington, his mother and HOA president, knocked on my door the next day. She smiled like a politician and said, "I understand you had an interaction with my son. Covet's excited about fine cars. It might be best for the neighborhood if you kept your vehicles out of sight." I told her I had every right to park on my driveway. That afternoon, I got my first HOA fine, $250 for unsightly commercial equipment, and a notice that my Porsche violated the community character code. They listed it as a non-functional vehicle. I sent proof of insurance, registration, and photos of it running. They ignored me. The harassment didn't stop within a week. Kyle had accidentally scratched my rear bumper with a scooter. Someone dumped trash in my recycling bin and blamed me. Karen threatened to have my business license flagged for neighborhood zoning issues. That's when I called a friend, a real estate agent, and asked her to look up the Millington's address. That I needed leverage. And what I found was gold. The house was in default and listed quietly. Turns out Karen had refinanced twice and was now late on her mortgage payments. Worse, the home was technically under her husband's name, who had quietly moved out months ago during what looked like a messy separation. The house had just been privately listed for discreet cash buyers only. And I had cash. I set up a call using a third-party buyer account. Met the realtor under a different LLC name. They were eager, desperate, even. And within 2 weeks, I owned the Millington house. I owned the keys. And the clock was ticking. I waited 3 days after the sale closed. Then I had my lawyer deliver a formal 30-day vacate notice to Karen Millington, certified, signed, and real. Within minutes of her receiving it, I heard it. Her screen door slammed. Footsteps marched across my yard. Bang, bang, bang. She stood on my doorstep, cheeks flushed, legal notice shaking in her hand. "You can't do this. This is harassment." I calmly stepped out, Porsche keys in hand. "Actually, this is real estate. You messed with the wrong driveway." Kyle tried to show off one more time. 2 days later, Kyle stood on my sidewalk recording a TikTok. This old dude tried to flex with a Porsche. Now he's trying to evict the HOA president. Bet he didn't know I'd already filed a restraining order request due to prior damage and harassment. And he definitely didn't know the sheriff had just signed ITAS. He filmed. A cruiser rolled up. 2 officers stepped out and handed him the papers. "You are no longer permitted within 50 feet of Mr. Wolf's property, including this driveway." His jaw dropped. His TikTok, never posted to Karen's secrets, finally surfaced after she got the vacate notice. The rest of the HOA board held a special session. Apparently, Karen had been issuing fake fines, then redirecting some of those funds through a maintenance account that helped cover her late mortgage payments. One board member reported her. The HOA launched an internal audit that by the end of the month, Karen had been removed permanently from the board. Her final email to residents? A weak apology claiming stress and miscommunication. She was gone within a week. My tenant moved into her house a month later. Rent paid, respectful, and a Porsche fan. From enemy to landlord, I didn't just own the house, I bought the empty lot next door too, where Karen used to hold her secret HOA meetings under a gazebo, that I turned it into a community green space with a small carport workshop, and held free monthly sessions for local teens to learn about car repair and restoration. And the HOA, they tried to ignore me until they realized they couldn't. Because as owner of 2 properties and commercial zoning grandfathered in, I had voting rights now that let's just say garage trash now had a seat at the table. The sound of victory? A classic engine roar. Every morning, I still polish the Porsche, same driveway, same breeze, and no HOA fines in my mailbox anymore. Kyle? Last I heard, he's working a landscaping job 2 towns over. Karen? Renting a 2-bedroom condo under a strict HOA she doesn't control. And me? I sit with my coffee and let the sun glint off the hood. Sometimes kids from a neighborhood ride by on bikes and wave. They don't ask to take it for a spin. They just say, "Cool car, Mr. Wolf." And that's enough. Final words, they thought they could bully me off my own property, but I didn't just stand my ground. I bought theirs because real power doesn't shout. It signs the deed. Enjoyed this HOA revenge story? Smash that subscribe button for more epic takedowns, where the bad guys always get outbid, outwitted, or outnumbered.